Hi, how y'all doing? It's Friday, February 7th. As of recording this video, about 11:15 p.m. Can't sleep. It's not anything new. I been kind of MIA for the last few days. I apologize. I have been very, very sick. I've had this mess for a couple of weeks now, and I thought I was getting better last Tuesday, Wednesday. But I woke up Thursday morning, I felt like I'd been hit by a truck. It was so much worse. Coughing so much and so hard, I could barely get a breath. The only way I can not cough is to have a cough drop in my mouth. Cough syrup doesn't do anything. I take a shot of it, 5 minutes later I'm hacking my head off again. I've got this weird feeling like there's a hair laying across the back of my tongue, and there's nothing there, but it feels like it, and it's constantly gagging me. Cough drop helps with that, but it's still there, and I've got to consciously not think about it. It's such a pain. I did lower my ears this last Tuesday. I did it myself. I did it blind, so I must have took like 40 minutes to cut it, and running back and forth over each line of my head multiple times and multiple directions, try to make sure that I got everything, and there's no random hairs sticking up. Probably see it in previous videos. Once my hair gets so long, it just starts spiking out this way and that way and that way, and there's no control in it. It just does what it wants, and it makes me look kind of like a spiky headed anime character. So I finally lopped it off. Damn, this cough. Cough drop in my mouth right now, and I still feel like I want to cough. It's hard to get any rest. My parents are coming out tomorrow to take me over to the ER so that I can make sure that I don't have any infections and hopefully get some antibiotics to help kick this mess. I know it's generally better to go to a walk-in clinic for something like that, but if I do have an infection, they're just going to tell me to go to the ER anyway, so I figure there's no point in wasting time with a clinic. I don't think I have an infection. It doesn't look or feel, messed up, apart from the swelling. And that even hasn't been that bad in the past few days. It still swells, but not like it was. It was swelling up real bad to the point where I thought my skin was just going to burst open on my foot. And the only thing that really helped it was to just stay off of it for a long time, which was really hard to do. It would go down overnight while I slept, but another hour, sometimes less, of me being vertical and up on it, swell again. So hopefully there's no infection and I can get some antibiotics and finally beat this mess. I've had it for 2 weeks now, and that's how the problem started in the first place. I got sick, it wouldn't go away. Eventually it got worse and turned into sepsis, which culminated in the amputation of half my right foot. And I can't afford to have to go through the loss of any more, especially not right now. Got so much crap going on that I gotta try to deal with. I can't afford to do another multi-week stint in the hospital followed by a multi-week stint in a rehab. I just can't be doing that. So I'll get checked out at the ER tomorrow. Hopefully there's no infection, get some antibiotics, and finally kick this mess. Normally I would have Joey, but I was so sick Thursday. My ex usually brings him over and drops him off Thursday night after she gets off work. But we didn't do that this Thursday because I was so damn sick. He was still scheduled to ride the bus, which picks up down the road from my house today. And the center that she works for, they have multiple centers in different towns. And she has to work at a different town on Fridays. So she couldn't wait with him for the bus. So I had to get up 6:30 this morning, ride down to the bus by 7:15 to the bus stop, and then they were late as hell. They didn't get there till about 7:33, and I was afraid the bus was going to come and go, and I wouldn't have Joey, and he would miss, or she would definitely have to take him to school, which would make her late and start up a whole bunch of mess. That woman cannot get moving on time, especially if it's early in the morning. And it's always somebody else's fault. If she's got somebody else to blame for her not getting out the door when she wants to, she's going to do it. And Joey says that she gets angry a lot in the morning. He's supposed to be at school by 8:30. I think most mornings she just barely gets him there in time because he's got that little smartwatch that she bought him for Christmas, and he's got an alarm on it to start getting ready for school, and that alarm goes off at 7:45. Here the bus is usually done and gone by then, so I get him up at 6:30. I get him a good breakfast, and then I have him get dressed, and we're always usually at the bus stop by 7:15 because the bus is scheduled. Dear Lord, pardon me. The bus is scheduled to pick up between 7:20 and 7:45 usually. Sometimes it's early, sometimes it's late. So they made it by 7:33 this morning. And like I said, she pissed me off. It was 62 degrees outside with a little breeze. And she pulled up, and I went to get him out of the back of her car, and he was in a t-shirt and a pair of shorts, no jacket. Excuse me, I got another cough drop. no jacket, and like I said, it was 62 degrees. Excuse me. For some of you all up north, that ain't shit. But for us folks down here in Florida, that's still pretty chilly. Before my chemotherapy, I could run around in t-shirt and shorts in that weather. I can't do it anymore. I'm always cold. But he's still trying to get over this flu. And it's chilly this morning, and she couldn't make sure he had a jacket when they left her house. And got him out the car, and she, made a U-turn, and then she was gone. And the bus is going to be there any minute. Because of my financial situation, I haven't been able to afford to start buying him clothes yet. So what we've been doing is he's been packing like a weekend bag at her house. And he brings those clothes over here and wears them through the weekend. And I wash everything Sunday morning, send it back with him. But I gotta start trying to buy him some clothes for here, because this morning was just unacceptable. He immediately started chattering and said he was cold. I had fortunately had on my coat. It was a coat I've had for must be damn near 20 years. And it's really warm. It's like a heavy flannel coat. And it's fleece lined, It's a 2XL to fit my ginormous ass. Pardon my French. But it was all I had, so I immediately took off my coat and put it on him. And we got it zipped up, and he looked like I had tried to wrap a tent around him. He's such a big kid, but he still looks small in Daddy's coat. But he loved it. He said, "Man, this is really warm." And he liked how he could be like a turtle and pull his hands inside the sleeves, because the sleeves hung down like a foot past his fingers. And if he's wearing a jacket or a hoodie that, has a hood, the hood has to be up. So he immediately pulled the hood up, and, it's fleece lined. And I had him get in the truck, sit behind the wheel, and I stood outside the truck so that I could listen for the bus. And I'm freezing my ass off, and I at least, I still had my flannel shirt on. And, I've just been stewing over that all damn day. She couldn't make sure he had a jacket. And I said something about it later today, but I didn't get a response. And my ex, she's the type of person that if she gets called out for something that she did wrong or something she messed up on, she doesn't respond to you, because if she can't come back with, well, this, and this, she just doesn't talk about it. She got a call from the nurse today. Joey was saying that whenever he yawned, his ear hurt really bad. And the nurse said that his ear was heavily waxy. So he's prone to ear infections, always has been. So I picked him up at the bus stop this afternoon, and we hung out for a couple hours here. and she made an appointment with a walk-in clinic we have here in town, and she came and picked him up and took him to that. He does have an ear infection, so he's got antibiotics for that now. Hopefully I'll be able to get him back tomorrow afternoon, as long as I don't have an infection that requires me to stay in the hospital. I do not want to stay in the hospital. God, I don't want to stay in the hospital. If I never have to see the inside of a hospital room again, I'd be so happy. Knowing my luck, that's not in the cards. But I need this. I need to get past this and not have to backtrack. I can't afford another extensive hospital stay. I can't afford another few days. Damn bills are piling up, and it's getting to be more and more of a struggle. I am now just 1 month behind on my mortgage, but I'm getting more emails about how my credit has been impacted, and it just pisses me off, you know. I've said it before, all this talk about how they're on your side and, you know, they're here to help you out, here to help you succeed. And what's one of the first things they do when you're late? They hurt your ability to pay for stuff. You know, it's not like I use my credit for anything anyway. It's already shot from buying the house. It was really good before I bought the house, but as soon as I tacked that onto it, went down to like the low 600s. And trying to, you know, build it back up, but something like this happens, and one of the first things they do is they hit my credit. And I'm just like, you know, I'm, for lack of a better term, disabled. You know, I still can't walk all that good. I've lost half my foot. I'm struggling with my eyesight. I've been an upstanding customer with this company since we got together. I've always made sure my bills were paid, except for this time and, you know, one time before, when it was either fix the truck or pay the mortgage. You know, this time it was Medicare screwing me, taking $524 out of my check. So it was pay the mortgage or pay the utilities. And the mortgage at least will ride. Utilities, they don't want to ride. I'm trying to get caught back up, and they want to impact my credit. Maybe you could try lowering your interest rate just a little bit, you know. A little bonus, a little perk for being a good customer. I mean, as it stands right now, if I were to make minimum payments on my mortgage for the rest of my life, they would collect way more than double of what the original loan was for. The interest is killing me, and you know, I hear the interest nowadays is so much worse. If I could get them to come down on that interest, you know, $200-300 a month, that would be a godsend, and I'd be all right. But we can't have that, can we? We'll figure it out, though. Don't have a choice. I gotta get the recaps up. I will do that very soon. And I will get the rewrite for the GoFundMe page done. And share it on that group I found on Facebook. And again, go around sending it to different philanthropic organizations to see if I can garner some help, some support until I can work again. That's all I need, is just to be able to get healthy enough to where I can hold down a part-time job. You know, I don't need a lot of money. If I can bring home an extra $150 a week, that would be more than enough to, pad everything. As it is, I'm going to probably have to cancel my Part B coverage as soon as my foot is healed and my eyesight's back, because that's something like it's 140 or it's 170 every month. I have to look at that to be sure. That hurts. So hopefully I can find some outfit that'll help me out and help me get current at least, and then hopefully I can get some kind of a part-time job here soon. I just got to be able to see and walk fairly well, kinda, do something simple. I can't count on the fact that right now I could do a job, especially with my skill set, that would pay me enough to drop the SSDI. And everybody says once you've got that, if you lose it, if you let it go, it's 10 times harder to get it back, if you could get it back at all. And right now I can't afford to take that chance. So you can only make so much money and still hold on to your SSDI. So I've got to find something that will make it to where I don't lose that, but that'll give me enough extra money to make sure I don't end up in this position again. I'd really love to be able to put back enough in savings for an extra mortgage payment. And that way, if something catastrophic did happen again, I wouldn't have to worry. It would be there. This shit is so damn hard, man. Always damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I do not have the luxury of quitting or giving up. So, like Triumph says, fight the good fight. Keep it up. As always, my GoFundMe link will be in the description if you care to help out. If you don't or you can't, that's fine. Just sharing it helps. I hope you all have had a good week and feel better than I do. And I hope you have a good weekend. I'll try to get something up tomorrow to let y'all know the status of my health. Please, gods, don't let me have an infection. Hopefully just some antibiotics to get rid of this mess. Y'all take care. Have a good weekend. I'm not a football fan personally, but I know a lot of people are, so I'm sure those of you that are will enjoy the game Sunday. Like I said, I'm not a fan. I don't care. I don't pay attention to it. Anyway, I hope your team wins, and y'all have a good weekend. I'll get something up soon. Thank y'all so much. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.